everyone. As we wrap up 2024 and look ahead to the new year, I wanted to take a moment and reflect, celebrate, forgive, and plan for the future. So if you're looking for inspiration or a simple framework on how to set your goals and reflect on the past year, I hope this resonates with you. Hi, I'm Amelia from Virtual Amelia, and I am a virtual assistant, executive assistant that loves helping coaches and entrepreneurs with everything in their business from administrative tasks to marketing, copywriting, and web design. If you're interested in any of these services, please take a look at my website at virtualamelia.com or schedule a call at the link below. So let's start with celebrating your accomplishments in 2024. This may sound like a lot, but I want you to list out as best as you can anywhere from 30 to 50 accomplishments. And this doesn't have to be just business related. I did this for personal, for my relationships, for business, spiritual growth, anything that I just felt was an accomplishment, even little things like home renovations or paying off loans or paying off anything money-wise as well. I was able to pretty quickly come up with at least 40 things. So I think you can do it. And if you need help, I'm your cheerleader. I'm here to help you cheer on and say, you can do it. You can find 30 to 50 things to be proud of for this year. So I want you to actually write it down on paper or type it out if you prefer that, but like actually writing it down. Don't just think about it, and try and think of those things. This year has been full of growth, challenges, and wins, and I'm so proud of what I've accomplished, and you should be proud of what you've accomplished too. Even those small steps forward are worth celebrating because they can lead up to the biggest transformations. Even if your accomplishments weren't actual tangible results. For example, I worked out, and this is not true, but I worked out 3 days every week this year. There may not have been any result from that. Maybe I didn't achieve my goal weight, but if you maintain consistency in getting 3 workouts every week, then that's an accomplishment in and of itself. So they can be little things like that. They don't always have to be something that adds up to an actual tangible number. Step 2 in my reflecting on the past year is forgiveness. And this is about letting go. And forgiveness is such a huge part of your personal transformation growth, and something that I am learning to cultivate and practice more of as well. So this part might feel a little bit vulnerable, but it's so, so powerful. So take a moment or a few moments to think about everybody and anything in your life, in your personal, in your business, in your, again, spiritual or relationships that you might need to forgive for. And you need to also think about things that you can forgive yourself for as well. Just think about them, say, I'm sorry, I forgive you, I love you, and move on. Don't dwell on them. Try not to get depressed about them or anything like that. You're really just thinking about it, forgiving it, and releasing it. Okay. So a couple of examples might be like, I forgive myself for missing a deadline. I forgive myself for missing that car payment, things like that. And, try and find, again, 30 to 50 things to forgive yourself for. And again, please don't dwell on them. Just say, I love you, I'm sorry, and I forgive you. When I did this for this year, and this is my first year actually doing this to this depth, I felt so much lighter and so much more happier. It's just something I might actually add to end of quarter reflection. We'll see, instead of waiting till the whole year carrying all of that resentment or with me. So finally, the step 3 in my goal setting and reflection for the year is to actually set your goals for the new year. So with this, I start with an income goal. So you just pick a number. We don't have to really get into mathematical equations or really have any kind of reason for picking that number. For me, this is again a lot of liberation, because I always felt like, well, I should make more than I made last year. That's not necessarily true, depending on what's going on in your life and any kind of things that you might be dealing with, like having a new baby, or just any kind of other goals you might be working toward. It doesn't always have to be an increase in revenue from the previous year. It could be stagnant or it could be less. Really, it's totally up to you. And it's so freeing from the corporate world where every year has to be an improvement over the last year. So I just picked a number that I wanted to work toward in 2025. And from there, I broke that number down into monthly goals to see how much money I would need to make per month. And from there, I have 3 questions I want you to think about and answer on how to achieve that income. So how many spots in your, say, coaching program or your offers would you need to fulfill each month to achieve this monthly goal? 2, is there room in your schedule to deliver consistently at this level? And 3, how would hitting this goal expand your life and your business, both personally and professionally? And once you get through all of those, I think I found that I had, again, more liberation in setting that goal and making sure that it's something that I felt was achievable. For me, this means I have the freedom to be able to spend time with my family, my creative pursuits like watercolor painting, and still be able to try to work on my business and expand my personal brand as well. A few other questions that you should think about as well is, what support systems or resources would you need to help sustain this? Does this mean you need to hire out some help in taking care of the children, or maybe you buy a meal planning service or things like that to help you around the house if you're a mom? And then finally, another question is, are there any fears around maintaining or achieving this income? So you might find that if you are trying to grow in your income, you might find some fear coming up that maybe you're not like allowing yourself to achieve that income. So there's I'm not like a money mindset coach, but I love learning about this because I have a lot of work to do on my money mindset as well. So that's just what I've used this year for my end of year reflection and my 2025 goal setting process. And I'd love to hear from you. What are you celebrating this year? Leave it in the comments. And what are you setting your sights on for the next year? And did you find this helpful, this whole reflection and goal setting process? And I'd love to hear, what other tactics do you use for reflecting on your past year and setting goals for the new year? So let's cheer each other on and make this new year one of growth, joy, and success. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, bye.